Hello, everybody. It's me, Brenda Marie Sheldrake, joining you again, linking with heart. And today we are linking with Dr. Stacey. Thank you for joining me.
Of course, Brenda, always a pleasure to be with you.
And you have something exciting coming up starting this Monday that we want to tell everyone about.
Absolutely, Brenda. And I know you're such a fan of it because you've participated as well, but it's the 5 pounds in 5 days challenge. And it's an event where we do live training. And I share with you exactly how your body functions on the inside and how to hold yourself accountable to achieving the goals that you desire for your health and wellness and well-being. So it really is an amazing opportunity to be able to share in community, have live communication on the Zoom link. So it's not just a Facebook chat where I'm talking at you. It's live training where you're on the Zoom link. You get to ask questions. It's interactive. We break down the barriers and obstacles that are in your way that are blocking you from achieving the success that you desire. And we do it right on the spot. It is amazing.
And I agree with you 100%. It is amazing. One of the things that I found, you just mentioned it, but one of the things that I found most helpful to me about this challenge was the accountability piece, because that was one of the things that was kind of missing for me. I would sign up for things, but as far as being accountable, as far as setting realistic but measurable goals and then actually being accountable for what was happening, that's missing from a lot of the challenges that are offered on Facebook. So yours is so unique. That and the fact that you actually go live on Zoom and talk to the people. You're not just doing a recording in Facebook that they're going to watch. You definitely are not talking at people. You answer the individual questions. That's one of the other things that stood out to me about your challenge, was that when people had a challenge of their own with doing something that they had set, with a goal they had set, or when they had a question about how to do something or how much of something to do, you answered all of those questions. You answered and provided the information. It was valuable to the whole group, but answering the question of each person. And I think those are absolutely fabulous things about your challenge. And the fact that we get to eat chocolate cake. I always say we get to eat chocolate cake.
Exactly. And my podcast is Diets Don't Work. And diets don't work because you're giving up all your favorites. It's so restrictive, it's militant, and you're deprived. So therefore, the cheat day is built right in. So having to be able to have your favorites, we just make them a little bit differently. And the resources that I provide really give you all the tools that you need to shop well, to eat well, to cook well, to nourish your mind, body, and spirit, and to utilize it for your family as well. So everyone is welcome to attend. And being in community, the way that we do it, just as Brenda mentioned, when someone has a question, it's not just their question. Oftentimes it's something that you might have interest in or that you wondered about, but didn't actually think to ask about. And so sharing that in community, learning from everyone else, really broadens the scope of the content that we cover within the challenge and really brings it to a much higher level of learning, implementation, and utilizing those strategies to move your health forward.
Can you tell everybody why it is that you started doing this work, Dr. Stacey?
Oh my goodness. I've been a chiropractor for over 26 years now. And at the age of 33, I had my own health crisis because so much of life was coming down around me. And I was raised to always give to others. In school, I always shared my crayons with my neighbor. If someone didn't have a snack at recess time, you were always taught to share, to give to others, and think of others first. And for me, that actually became a detriment because I took it to such a degree that I was looking after everyone else around me. At that time, I had 3 children, my husband, our home, my practice. My dad was ill. He passed away. I had to take care of my mom, who never thought that dad wouldn't be coming home from the hospital. So she was completely blindsided. And all of these things, all of these responsibilities, and then running the practice on my own, caring for my patients who were grieving the loss of their mentor and their friend. It was just so much. And I was not taking care of me. I was not on my priority list. I wasn't even near the list. And that is what led to me leading a life of frustration, fatigue, exhaustion, and total breakdown. And your body can adapt to a lot of things, but there's a finite limit of what it can do if you never recharge your batteries. And that's the point that I hit. And it was coming through that crisis that I came to understand, number one, the importance of self-love. Number two, the importance of looking after you and how that is not being selfish. It's actually the opposite. Although I believed if I took time for myself, it's taking time away from others. And that's selfish. That's selfish of me. No, it's not. Let me bust that myth right now. Because when you actually look after you first, you fill up your cup, you recharge your batteries, you rejuvenate, you nourish your soul and your spirit. You are then in a place to be able to give so much more to others around you, to show up as a better version of yourself. And by doing that, you are now in a place of giving. And this is not selfish. This is the furthest thing from it. But it starts with you looking after you first. And that was what the biggest shift in my life was, to come to that realization and then to actually implement it. Because it wasn't easy to implement because of the patterns and the habits that I had, and that especially so many women have. I know many can relate to that. And so making that shift was key. And that was the basis of my survival. That's how I am now here today. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with everyone that I come in contact with, so that they too can create a life that they love in the body they crave, to get healthy naturally and to understand how to do it correctly.
Amazing. So that's another important point about this challenge that you have coming up. It's not just for someone who wants to lose that 5 pounds, is it? It can help
Not at all.
the person who needs to learn to eat healthier or make better choices, and even if it's just about learning to put yourself first.
Absolutely. It's all of those things and so much more. And I know that you, having gone through the challenge, have experienced how vast and how multitude of aspects of life are incorporated in the 5 pounds in 5 days challenge.
It is. It's definitely, it's when you call it holistic health, it definitely is. It totally fits the category of holistic health to me as one of the best programs for doing this. So
Well, thank you, Brenda.
do you have, we're going to wrap this up, but do you have, we want to let everybody know this is starting this coming Monday. We are going to put the link into the chat below so that you can join us. I'm going to be taking the program again because you never want to stop learning to put yourself first, learning to help yourself. And I have a few more 5 pounds to put down yet. So
And you are well on your way. You had an amazing experience in the first challenge.
I did. And I'm looking forward to putting down even more and improving those healthy habits every time I take your challenge.
And that's
So,
just it. There's more learning that happens every single time you go through the challenge, because you start at where you're at to begin with, and you hear different ideas, strategies, tips that you can implement that day, that afternoon, right at home. I make it very practical and very usable. And then the next time you go through the challenge, it's like, I didn't even realize that about this thing, because your level of understanding has increased. And you're not the same person going through it the second time because of the learning, the changes, the implementation that you've already done the first time through. So life is all about learning. My grandmother always said, so long as you learn something new each day, then you can take the rest of the day off. So life is a life lesson of learning always. So you can find the challenge at 5 pounds in 5 days challenge.com. And that will be posted in the links below in the comments. You can always find it in the comments below.
thank you for joining us today, Dr. Stacey. I'm just going to share just one of the things that I learned from the first time around, and that was the importance of water. I was one of those people who drank 8 ounces of water a day and thought I was doing really good. I was doing good. 8 ounces seemed like lots. And thanks to you I am now up to 56 ounces of water a day and well on my way to my goal. So if you want those little changes that are going to make you healthy, then join us in the challenge this coming week. Thank you. Dr.
And,
Stacey, you have
and
a final thought.
I do. And it's not just about, oh, I need to drink, 10 glasses of water. What I share is why. The basis and the understanding and the knowledge in regards to why your body needs that, or why your body responds in a certain way to a specific kind of food group, or why your body adapts to this but not that, and why sleep is essential to health and well-being, because that's when your body repairs, and then how to implement steps to get great sleep. We share all of those things in the challenge, because without great sleep, you can eat well 100% of the time, but if other areas of your life are stressed, your body still won't function well. So it's about creating that balance in the life that you desire, and taking the steps, measurable steps, to be able to achieve those. And yes, Brenda, share how you feel differently now. I'd love to hear what results you've experienced with your change in water intake.
Well, I think one of the biggest things was that it had the opposite result to what I thought. I thought if I drank a lot more water, I was going to spend the whole day in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, Dr. Stacey, it sounds great in principle, but I need to get stuff done. And if I can never leave the bathroom, it's not going to be very effective for me. Actually, the result has been that the more water that I'm drinking, I go to the bathroom a little more than I used to, but it's not, it's more manageable. It really is. It's more manageable. And my bladder and everything else has all adapted. So that was a big one. That was definitely a big one.
And that is the biggest thing, is that the body adapts to the new environment that you provide. So sure, initially, you may find that you're running to the washroom a little bit more frequently, but over a very short period of time, your body says, oh, okay, this is our new water load, and it adapts. Your digestive system functions better, your elimination systems function better, your bladder will be so much happier because the urine is less concentrated. That's healthier for your system. Your stool will move more freely because now it's hydrated instead of constipated. All of that is incredibly important to removing toxins out of your body.
My skin, you know,
Absolutely.
all of those things.
You will have less wrinkles because your skin will be more plump. And especially in the dry winter of furnace heating and all that sort of thing, where your skin gets dry, more moisture comes out of your body that way too. So hydrating is so, so important.
And that was just one of the many changes, one of the many suggestions that Dr. Stacey taught me about in that 5-day challenge. So if sleep is your issue, she's got solutions for that. If getting enough vegetables into your diet is an issue, she's going to share with you how much you need and how to do that. And if you're like me and that water was your issue, then she's going to show you how to get more water in. So, and those are just a few of the things. I'm not going to sit here and try and go through everything that Dr. Stacey taught me in those 5 days, but trust me, it is a valuable use of your time to join us for those 5 days and see what you didn't know yet.
Life is about learning, and you can always take it a step further every time you learn something new.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stacey. I'm Brenda Marie Sheldrake. Happy to be linking with heart with Dr. Stacey. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks so much, Brenda. And be sure to register. It's an amazing challenge. Just go to 5poundsin5dayschallenge.com and you'll find it all right there. Thanks so much, Brenda.
Thank you.